All right, today we're diving deep inside NVIDIA's grand vision for the future, a world that's powered by these massive AI factories. It's a vision of incredible progress, for sure, but it also brings up one of the most complicated and critical questions of our time: security. So let's just start with the sheer scale of this ambition.
Yeah, it all kicks off with this really powerful statement from NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang. He's not just talking about a new product line here. He's framing this as a full-blown new industrial revolution. I mean, that sets the stage for a technological shift on a scale most of us have probably never seen before.
And this slide, it just captures the core tension perfectly. On one hand, you've got this amazing promise of AI factories, all set to reshape pretty much every industry you can think of. But on the other hand, this fundamental question pops up. With so much of our world running on their tech, can we really trust them? So what in the world is an AI factory? Well, NVIDIA describes it as a totally new kind of manufacturing. Instead of turning, raw materials into physical stuff, these factories transform raw data into intelligence. They literally turn electricity into the tokens that power our new AI-driven world.
And the applications for this intelligence? I mean, they're staggering. We're talking about speeding up drug discovery to save lives, building climate simulations that are thousands of times more efficient, helping conservationists protect endangered species from poachers, and even spotting devastating wildfires in minutes instead of hours. The potential for good here is just immense.
Okay, but to power this whole revolution, these AI systems need access to just unbelievable amounts of data. We're talking sensitive medical records, proprietary research, critical infrastructure data. And this brings us to the biggest hurdle for this new industrial age. How do you secure all of it?
And that really boils down to this one crucial question. Imagine you're a hospital, or a bank, or a research lab. You're running your most sensitive AI models on cloud hardware that's owned by someone else. So how can you be absolutely sure that no one, not even a rogue admin at the cloud provider, is peeking at your data while it's being processed?
Well, the proposed answer is a technology called confidential computing. The best way to think of it is like creating a secure, encrypted bubble, a digital fortress really, for your data and your AI model to run inside. This bubble protects your information not just when it's stored or sent over the internet, but, and this is the absolute key, while it's actively in use.
Now, what I love about this slide is how clearly it shows the difference. You see, traditional security is awesome at protecting data that's just sitting on a hard drive, that's at rest, or data flying across the internet, that's in transit. But confidential computing tackles that final, most vulnerable stage, data in use, creating one single protected zone across the whole system.
Okay, so how does NVIDIA actually build this digital fortress inside its GPUs? Let's take a look at the underlying strategy.
First things first, you have to understand who you're up against. The threat model here is super specific and honestly, very real. A malicious cloud administrator. This is someone with the highest level of privilege, with full physical access to the servers your AI is running on. This is the person this security is designed to stop.
So NVIDIA's defense is a four-layered strategy. First, you've got Secure Boot, which makes sure no malicious code has been loaded onto the GPU. Second is device attestation. Think of it like a digital handshake. It proves to your app that the GPU is genuine and secure before any data gets sent. Third, access control literally builds a wall around a protected part of the GPU's memory. And finally, data scrubbing securely wipes everything clean after the job is done, so the next user can't find any leftovers.
But wait, how does data get into this fortress securely? It uses something called a staging buffer. Just think of it as a neutral secure drop-off point. Data gets encrypted before it even leaves the secure CPU. It's placed in this temporary holding area, and then it's pulled into the secure GPU to be decrypted. Anyone spying on the transfer just sees scrambled, useless junk.
This all sounds incredibly robust, right? Almost bulletproof. But a team of independent security researchers decided to put this closed-source fortress under the microscope. And what they found reveals this deep tension between making something easy to use and making it truly secure.
Now, the researchers' first point is actually a huge positive for NVIDIA. For the companies using this tech, turning on confidential computing is seamless. It's a piece of cake. You don't have to rewrite your AI applications, you just flip a switch. It's incredibly user-friendly.
But, and this is a big but, right here is the catch. That seamless, easy experience hides a massively complex and, importantly, a proprietary system. The researchers say that this black box approach, this lack of transparency, makes their job of actually verifying NVIDIA's security claims incredibly difficult.
They basically ran into several major roadblocks.
There's a real scarcity of public technical documents, you're dealing with a proprietary ecosystem, and the design is just extraordinarily complex. It all leads to a critical question. How can the rest of us trust the security of a system when we can't fully inspect how it works?
So this brings us to the final equation, the big balancing act that the entire industry is trying to solve right now, that relentless drive for innovation versus the growing demand for transparency.
And the pace of that innovation is it's breathtaking. NVIDIA's latest platform, Blackwell, delivers a 25-fold improvement in energy efficiency for running large language models compared to just the previous generation. I mean, these are the kinds of giant leaps that make all those world-changing applications possible.
You know, when you look at NVIDIA's own headquarters, you can kind of see this forward-looking vision made real. They're building a future that's not just more intelligent, but also more sustainable. They are, without a doubt, shaping the world we are all about to live in.
Which leaves us with this final, critical thought to chew on. As these AI factories become the engines of our economy, our society, our future, the central question remains, what is the right balance? How do we weigh a company's need to protect its secret sauce against the public's absolute need to verify that the foundations of our digital world are truly secure?